Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and today I'm having a little episode called What Does That Mean? And the purpose of this episode is to maybe enlighten or educate people who are either new to comics, new to the comic community, or coming over from another collectible community, such as Funko Pop collectors who may just be getting into comics for the first time. Because we throw around a lot of terms, and it's its own language, and when you're coming in from the outside, it can be hard to know what all this means at first. So we're just going to go over 8 different things, and just real quick, a nice fast video just to give everyone a little heads up, a little education, and hopefully this video helps. If it helps, let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you like what I'm doing, hit the notification bell. Most importantly, just have fun. So we're going to start out with FOC. Now, what does FOC mean? It means final order cutoff. That's the final day that you have to get orders in, and comic shops have to get orders in for new comic books. So if your LCS is depending on new comic books coming in to fulfill orders, if you don't order before the FOC cutoff, the final order cutoff, you may be left without a copy of that if they sell out. But if you're one of the few that ordered with it, you're going to have your copy. So it's a good thing to know about. All right, so next we're going to get into NCBD. This is an easy one, probably one of the ones that people learn first, and that's New Comic Book Day. And all that refers to is the release day of the new comic books every week. Now, that's changed up a little in the last couple months with DC getting a new distributor. So, for the most part, New Comic Book Day is always met Wednesday. DC Comics now release on Tuesday. But for the most part, when someone says NCBD, they mean Wednesday when the new comic books are on the shelves. Simple enough, right? And then we're going to go with LCS, which you heard me say earlier. And all that means is local comic shop. Wherever you go to purchase your comics and grab them off the shelf, that is your LCS or one of your LCSs if you're fortunate enough to have more than one comic shop in your community. Next, we're going to go with RI, which is Retailer Incentive. Now, what's a retailer incentive? A retailer incentive is built around getting the comic shops to purchase more books. So for every 10 copies you buy, you get this exclusive cover. For every 25 books you buy, you get this exclusive cover, and so on and so forth. You can have 1 in 10s, 1 in 15s, 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s, 1 in 200s, 1 in 1,000. The list goes on. A couple retailer incentive covers we'll show you. So that's either a 1 in 10 or 1 in 25. I can't remember anymore. All right, I think this was a 1 in 10. 1 in 25, and that is a little example of retailer incentives. So say this is a 1 in 10. For every 10 copies of Black Widow 1 they would order, they would get one of these covers. All right, again with the 1 in 25, 1 in 50, same thing. For every 25 copies, for every 50 copies they order, they get one of those covers, right? And those are usually marked up a little bit because of their scarcity in your local comic shop. So next we're going to go over retail exclusives. What's a retail exclusive? Well, it's an exclusive cover that is only available through certain shops or retailers, right? So I'm going to show you some, and these guys usually have to commit to a certain amount of print run to get these exclusives, right? So I'm going to commit to 1,500 copies of this cover, and we get this artist, and they reach out, and that's how it becomes. So right now, this is a Strange Academy 3 retailer exclusive. All right, this is Unknown Comics. All right, another Unknown Comics, Strange Academy number 4. Again, these would only be available through Street Level Hero, Unknown Comics. Another retailer exclusive. You can only get that cover through them. And this is a Comic Town 101 retailer exclusive. You can only get this store cover if you had got his box. Otherwise, you have to look for these on the secondary market, such as eBay, Mercari, wherever you buy comics on the secondary market, right? All right, so now we're almost through. What is an A-OK? Now, that's a term that confuses everybody at first. When I first got in the comic community, I had no idea what it was. Everyone's talking about A-OKs. I was completely lost. A-OK just simply means act of kindness. And that's when somebody sends you something just out of the kindness of their heart. You know, you receive a package, it has some comics, it has some Funkos maybe, it has something you collect. And somebody just sent it to you to give it to you. It's an act of kindness. All right, so simple enough. And then we're going to go over ash cans. What is an ash can? And an ash can is kind of like a preview of an upcoming comic. And they come in many different forms. You can get a small ash can, such as this. Or the ash cans can be full size. It's not a full comic though. They're very thin, and they contain a part of the story, a teaser, something to whet the appetite, promote the book, or a special promo through a certain place, right? And the ash can editions are sometimes highly collectible, sometimes highly sought after, but it's just another version of your book that is usually a preview version of the upcoming comic. And that's all I have. Just a couple terms. Thought we'd go over them, maybe clear some stuff up. You know, everyone likes to know the terminology. Hopefully, the few I went over gives you a way in. And until next time, guys, keep it casual.